Hey guys, it's your girl AFM Stories and welcome back to my YouTube channel. On this YouTube channel, I share stories and I give you scholarship tips among other things. If you haven't subscribed yet to my YouTube channel, this is the best time for you to do so. So anyways, today we're going to be talking about mistakes you're making in your scholarship essays and how you can fix them. Yes, we are fixing things today. No more rejections. We're gonna start rethinking how we write our essays. Okay, let me go. But anyways, so I even have my laptop here to show you that I jotted them down. Actually, let me not lie. I'm worried that I might not remember all the points, so I decided to have everything here. So, the first mistake you're making in your scholarship essays is not backing your statements by research. So there's a difference between saying something like, oh, the rate of poverty in my country is high, and so I'm very much passionate about working to change this. How and who told you the rate of poverty in your country is high? Because many people forget that when they're saying things, the people that are reading them are not so aware of these things, and the only way they can truly believe you is if you back it up by research. So for example, if you say that, oh, there's a high rate of I'm trying to think of maybe sexual violence in my community. How do you know that? How can you validate that? So you need to have research. How do you do this? Check up websites, check up brands that have done research and studies in the topic you're talking about, and then quote them. So you say, according to the UN, the rate of poverty in Nigeria is high, or according to Girls' Organization, the rate of poverty in this community is high. And if you can't fight for that community, you use for the general community, and then you say, this is also a reflection of that specific community. So stop saying things like, the rate of poverty is high. And even also for like your career plans, you don't want to say, oh, I want to change Nigeria because this is a problem. No, you need to give valid research, so yeah, please stop doing that. The second thing is not being specific about your contribution. So lots of scholarship essays want you to talk about your leadership experience, and it's very important that you are specific about your own personal contributions. I've said this several times on this channel. Leadership is not just about being the owner of a brand or being in a specific leadership position. It's more about the change you make and the problems that you solve. So no matter what, there's a difference between saying, oh, or as part of this thing, we change the lives of people. No, it's either you say, I led a team of 5, and you still have to even say the reason why you led a team of 5 to do that. The main test of your leadership is how you can see a problem and solve it. So I discovered this problem and then I recruited 5 people to work with me to do it. Or I was part of a team working on this, and I knew that maybe what we were doing was not good enough. And as a member of the team, I saw a problem and I needed to solve it. And I brought it to their attention. I convinced them to go this way and we did it. So you're not leader of the team, but you had strong impact, and that makes you a leader. Do you understand? So you need to think about that. Stop saying things like, we did this. If you talk about a group work, you need to mention what specific contributions you made. They don't want to know what you've done with people. They want to know what you have done as a contribution to people. Just what I'm saying. Yeah. Stop being humble. That's number 3. Stop being humble. Stop being humble. You are phenomenal. Let that show in your application. Stop being humble. See, an application that is looking for maybe 50 out of 8,000 or 1,000 out of 60,000. Do you think that they are looking for people that are not sure of who they are? They're looking for people that know that they are phenomenal, are confident in their awesomeness, and they're letting them know. If you say you're a judge and you're reading 2 essays, one person is like, oh yeah, I've done a lot of things, I've impacted lives. One person saying, I've done a lot of things, I've impacted lives, and because of my impact, I have won this award, I have won that award. No matter the award, no matter how small it is, they still count in some way. So whatever award you've won, whatever certificate you've gotten, whatever recognition, even the ones that don't have placards, as long as you were recognized for it and it's not a lie, please put it inside. Like, the difference between my application for the traveling scholarship between the first and second one was because the first one, I was talking about impact and passion. I was being flowery. The second one, I hyped myself. You gotta hype yourself, guys. Number 4, tell stories. So as much as I'm saying, don't be humble, talk about your achievements, you also don't want to sound like you're bragging. And the best way to prevent that is by telling stories. So before you say you won an award, talk about the backstory. So what led you to win the award? What impact did you have that people decided to give you that award? It makes it flow better. So it doesn't even sound like you're bragging. You're just saying that, I did this and because of this, I got this award. Do you understand? So it's a win-win. Yes, so number 5, yes, now when you're mentioning stories, when you're talking about your experience, you need to validate it. Because at the time you're reading your essays, they might not have the time to go and research what you're talking about. And because sometimes what you're even talking about is not on the internet, really. So you need to find a way to let them know that what you're saying is true. And the best way for you to do that is to use the names, place, and location rule. So whatever you're talking about, if you're talking about a person, mention their actual name. In my essays, I mentioned the name of the people. Mention the name of the place. So if it happened in your community, don't just say it happened in Nigeria. Where in Nigeria? Did it happen in an event center? What's the name of the event center? Did it happen in a brand? What is the name of the brand? Did you work with this brand? Don't say I've worked with brands. I have worked with this particular brand. I've worked with AFM Stories. I've worked with African writers. You have to be specific about everything you're saying, and then the date as well. On May 2016, if you can say May 2016, at least say the year. Do you understand? Be very specific about the name, the place, and the date. That's the way that they're going to realize that what you're saying is true. Because they don't have time to validate at that time, they want to be sure that whoever they are shortlisting is not lying. And the best way for people to know they are not lying is you being confident enough to say that this is the name of the place, this is the name of the person, and you can go and ask the person if you know the person. Do you get what I'm saying? So stop doing that. Talk more about your strengths and don't remind them about your weaknesses. So even if you have lots of weaknesses, let's say you didn't do well in your first degree, they don't need to know that, except you're telling a story, except you're saying that despite this, you're doing well. But honestly, I don't even think it's really necessary for you to talk about your weaknesses, except you're painting it into a story. And you wouldn't make that the center of your essay. You talk about all the awesome things about you. Then I'll be like, okay. And even from this, I learned a lesson that led me to another amazing achievement. It's not a pity party, trust me. See, there's no pity strategy in it. Even the ones that want people that are from low income backgrounds, they still want people that were able to rise above their problems, rise above their challenges. I know many people that got those kind of scholarships that have done a lot. You don't even want to dwell on your challenges. You want to show them that you're someone that can make a lot out of nothing. That is more inspiring, because the thing about scholarship is that they want to know that you're capable, and the only way they can test that you're capable is if you've already done things and you want them to help you to take it to the next level. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So, I have a lot to say here. I'm almost done actually. Use the STAR approach and be concise. Trust me. We've said the STAR approach a lot, but the honest truth is that the best way you can write an essay is to use the STAR approach. That's the only way you're sure that you're not going off point. That's the only way you're sure that you're not listing achievements or you're not being boring. See, people get really bored. And even the STAR approach, you can end up talking too much in the STAR approach. Don't spend too much time on the situation. The situation should be brief, but strong enough like a story. And then your task, 2 lines. Action, a lot of lines. That's what you need to spend your time on. And then result. And then even the results are not just, I reached out to 1,000 people. You want to say that, okay, you reached out to 1,000 people. You reached out to 1,000 people, and then what happened as a result of that? Do you understand? Like, many people just focus on, this happened and that's that. And be very concise. Like, honestly, be very, very concise. For a 500-word essay, 3 examples are okay. You need to focus on major examples, and then maybe in the last paragraph, you can just throw a little more, like briefly, but you need to demonstrate like 3 examples very well. But you don't want to start listing 10 examples in detail. Where is the space, really? Like, let's be honest, where's the space? So, number 8, do not exceed the word count and do not use less than the word count. If they tell you to write 500 words, honestly, my advice is use 498 words or 499 words. Honestly, like, do not. They say you can't write 200 words for a 500-word essay, honestly, because they want to believe that you have a lot to say, but the space is not enough. Like, that's kind of vibe that you want to give them. And don't write above the word count. That's the end. You won't even get past the submission stage. Some applications you will even submit, but you might not get to the next stage because the computer will just bounce you. Do you understand? So, number 9, be extremely specific about your impact and your narration. Don't say I impacted a lot of people. I impacted young girls from this particular age on this particular thing. Like, you have to be extremely specific. Even your career plans, don't say that, oh, I want to change the educational space in Nigeria, or I want to change the writing space in Nigeria, or I want to change the film space, or I want to change the development space. Because the law of competition, a lot of times, what the space you might even want to change might not even be in their priority area. So, and they might not even really connect to it. The best way for you to convince them that whatever it is you're trying to convince them about is worthy is by being specific. So don't just say that I'll touch a lot of lives as a result of this. How many lives? What's the number? Or what do you emphasize? Don't say that I'll partner with a lot of brands. I'll partner with brands like. Do you understand? You don't say that I will work with the school to do many things. I'll work with the school to do what? Do you understand? What would set you apart is you being specific, because everybody's going to say amazing things, but the people they're going to take seriously are people that have clearly thought whatever it is they're saying through and are giving value. And then finally, please don't submit the first draft. I love you and I know you're going to do well, but whatever you do, don't submit the first draft. See, no matter how perfect you think the first draft is, trust me, when you sleep and you come back after 1 week, you will realize that, okay, there are things I need to change. And I always advise, give somebody to read. It doesn't have to be a scholar. It could be your friend. It could be your dad. I gave my essays to my father. People I've worked with, I told them to give it to the people around them. Like, you don't submit the first draft. And don't write it a day to the deadline. The only time you should submit a first draft is if you heard about the scholarship late and then you just write it, and of which your chances are slimmer, except, and there are some people that, they've been writing about essays, they've been applying for many scholarships, and so this is not their first time, and so it's not a problem. Do you understand? But whatever you do not submit your first draft. Write it over and over and over again and you'll be fine. So let me know what you think about all these tips I gave. You can drop your thoughts about them in the comment section below. And do you have any questions about scholarships? Do you want me to answer any questions? Do you want me to do some research and come back with some feedback? Do you want me to give you insights on anything? Just drop it in the comment section below and I'll create a video about it. Do you have any questions? Do you like this video? Please like it, share it, hit the subscribe button, help me to grow.